It's what the head of the union for LCBO employees is calling a crisis, a rise in the number of liquor thefts at the government-run retail store. The Toronto Star reporting that the LCBO had more than 9,000 shoplifting incidents between January 2014 and June 2018. Tonight we hear from a former employee who witnessed it happening multiple times at his location and, like all trained employees, had to stand by and watch.
You can't stop them. You can't try and stop them.
This former employee, who wishes to remain anonymous, says dealing with shoplifters, and sometimes dangerous ones, is an accepted reality for those who work there.
We'll find a way to hide anywhere from $500 to $1,000 worth of alcohol, and it's not like they're just hitting one store. We were only aware that it was going to happen because one of the stores actually called our store and said they just got hit and they're headed your way.
Did you ever fear for your safety?
I have, but not to a great extent. I'll say there are some situations where someone is a lot bigger than you coming in and you know that they're stealing, so it is a little bit scary and you don't want to approach them. And I mean, I'm not a small person and I'm not usually afraid in cases like that. And a lot of the people at the LCBO, they're older women. You know, they don't want to, you know, they're a lot more afraid of these people than I am.
But not all thieves try to hide their activity. CityNews spoke to one man who witnessed it happen just this morning. The thieves filling their bags and walking straight out.
And I was in the cash line, and I noticed these two people come in with really large hockey bags, empty hockey bags, and they picked places and they started putting bottles into the bags. And they took about 3 or 4 minutes and then they left. And I think for the employees it would be really upsetting too, because you know, you take pride in your work, and to see people just sort of come in and you know, like behave that way, it would be really a hard place to work as a result of that.
The president of OPSEU, the union representing LCBO employees, says they've expressed concern for their mental and physical well-being over these thefts for some time, but the situation has now reached crisis level. Smokey Thomas is eager to speak to Premier Ford regarding an action plan and says he's already been in talks with the leadership at the Liquor Control Board of Ontario.
We'd like the LCBO to create its own security force, train them up, and the training would be specific to the retail experience of the LCBO so that they could preserve that experience, enhance it, and perhaps hopefully prevent theft and keep people safe.
Earlier this month, Toronto police arrested 2 people and are looking for 10 others in connection with an organized ring behind a series of thefts from liquor stores believed to have totaled more than $200,000. We reached out to the LCBO and they sent us this statement. The LCBO has taken appropriate steps to prevent shop theft through security investments and theft protection tactics. We've increased our guarding and investigator expenditures, as well as closed-circuit television technology, in-store deterrence, and always collaborate with local police on active investigations. The LCBO also told us that losses due to theft are below retail industry standard.